Hey guys, it's your Ford Mustang here, and today we are going to be reviewing a new W Motors Fenyr SuperSport and 1989 Mazda Miata that just got added into this weekend's update on June 13th, 2020. So anyways, let's go ahead and check them out. Also, it's pretty easy to figure out how much credits you need for both of these cars. If you want both of them to purchase with credits, all you need is 3,816,000 credits for these two following cars. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the 2017 EAC Vanar. So the first car that we'll be taking a look at is the W Motors Fenyr SuperSport, or also known as the EAC Vanar. Yes, this is the W Motors Fenyr SuperSport, not the W Motors Lycan Hypersport. As you can see a picture right on your screen saying below that the car that we're taking a look at is indeed the W Motors Fenyr SuperSport. You can also easily notice that with the grille and the look of the headlights. The rear is also different compared to the Lycan Hypersport. Top speed on this thing is 250 miles per hour, 2.7 seconds in 0 to 60 for acceleration, a cashback of 1,329 credits per mile, a rear-wheel drivetrain, and an asking price of 3,800,000 credits. So anyways, let's go ahead and purchase the car. The looks on this car are absolutely insane. You won't believe the amount of detail this mid-eastern hypercar has. Straight from Lebanon, you can see that the grille is just insanely detailed with the headlights, the way they're angled. Along with the lining they put in the middle, also has that aggressive look right there. Tires are dope. The doors are just insane. In fact, when I'm talking about the doors, they do not open up like a normal hypercar does. W Motors, with their cars in particular, the doors open up backwards, as you see an image right over here. Rear has also insane detail. This car has to be one of the dopest and coolest looking cars that you can get in the game. I'm pretty serious. It's insane for a mid-eastern hypercar company to build such an insane amount of detail to this car. There's also a detailed interior. If you go ahead inside, you can notice that the seats are just 100% next level. 22 Pilots has picked a good interior for this car in particular. You can notice that the vents are also surrounded in carbon fiber, as well as the dashboard. And the other material looks like it could be black leather. Either way, I can't explain this enough that if you want an insane looking hypercar, then this would definitely be a hypercar for you. Here are the turn signals. The reverse lights. You don't really notice a reverse light on the rear tail lights, but the reverse light does so on the bottom of the car underneath the license plate. This car also features an aerodynamic wing. Acceleration from 0 to 100 and full speed will start in 3, 2, 1, go. So this car doesn't reach 250 miles per hour quite yet. Unless if you're going downhill, then, on very rare occasions it'll reach top speed. Top speed is more likely 248, 249 miles per hour, as this car earns you 2,200 experience points per mile. But if we go back to the acceleration rates, 0 to 100 is about 4.5 seconds, and going from 0 to full speed is just under 14 seconds. Braking is alright, not the best though. Let's do a handling test. Handling is alright if you go under 30 miles per hour. Or maybe just a little over. But if you try and make a turn at 40 miles per hour or more, then you're going to struggle with the handling in this car, as you can see over here. Drift on this car is very good. So this car is more of a drifting car if you want to handle it at turns. So is this insane looking 3.8 million credit Mid-Eastern hypercar worth grinding for? Well, here are my thoughts about it. For grinding, I think this is an excellent choice, cause acceleration is pretty good. Also, if I haven't mentioned yet, it does a pretty good job swerving if you need to change lanes. So you'll have no problem with grinding with this car. Other categories may vary, however. Racing may be alright, but you'll have to be drifting a lot. If you're really good at, using the B button to drift, then this car would be good for racing. But otherwise, I wouldn't really recommend it, and there are other cars that are better for that category. Role playing wouldn't be the best because handling can only do its finest at under 40 miles per hour. But if you could drift a lot during roleplay, then, wouldn't be that bad. But honestly, roleplaying wouldn't really be the best with this car. Now, all of you may be asking, is this hypercar good against its competitors in the price range? Well, ultimately, the best option would be the EAC Vanar F5 since it goes the fastest. But if you want a slower car that's still decently pretty fast, then I would definitely recommend the W Motors Fenyr SuperSport. The car would be an excellent choice if you still want to grind for better cars such as a Diesel and LVN, but you still want to stay in the 250 mile per hour range. Now the other cars, is this worth the bargain? Well, you'll definitely save 1 million from the Koenigsegg CC-GT, which has exactly the same speed, or 800,000, in which the Bugatti Veyron is just slightly faster. And this may be the most important competitor out there, but for a Koenigsegg 1-to-1, you'll save 100,000 credits. Although, I guess if you want something slightly faster, but not as fast as the Venom, then go for the Koenigsegg 1-to-1 with the extra 100,000 credits. It's definitely a great grinding car, but for the other categories, there are other cars that are more fit for those categories. And one thing I forgot to mention is that another insane feature that this car has is that the exhaust pipes are up above the license plate towards the engine. So no wonder this car looks so insane for its Mid-Eastern culture. If you definitely want to try something new that's out of the European continent, then this car is the definite choice for grinding. So now it's time to move on to the first generation 1989 Mazda Miata, or also known as the Odawara Moto in fictional terms. This car has a top speed of 117 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 9 seconds, a base reward or cashback of 431 credits per mile, a wheel-wheel drivetrain, and the price of just 16,000 credits. So anyways, let's give this car a go. So the looks on the 1989 Mazda Miata. I don't really have anything special to say about it, but it does definitely look like an itty-bitty sports car, like 22 Pilots said when he announced the Ultimate Driving leaks for this update. Now I do have a like and a dislike about the looks with this car. The like that I have about is it has a soft cover roof on the car, which you don't see that on many Ultimate Driving cars. Gives it that nice feel that, yeah, you are driving a convertible, but the roof is just up on it. Gives a pretty cool look to it. And it also kind of gives it that late 80s feel. Now, the thing that I do not like about the looks of this car is I wish that the pop-up headlights were more aligned properly. Notice that the left one seems okay, but the right one, you can see it's a bit messed up. It's like pushed in a lot deeper than it's supposed to be, not matching with the left headlight. Now let's move on to the interior. So there's nothing too fancy about the interior. It just has plain Mazda Miata interior with not too much detail. The seats is where you'll find most noticeable of the detail into that particular interior. And that soft cover roof goes over your head. There's still a outer window that goes over the windshield, as it's an extra cell. Kinda ruins the look of the interior in my opinion, but don't really see that on many cars in Ultimate Driving. But I'm just stating my opinion about the looks. Now let's move on to the pop-up headlights. Turn signals. And reverse lights. Acceleration from 0 to 100 and full speed begins in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so the acceleration is terrible on this car. 0 to 60 is actually more like 10 seconds, and 0 to full speed is 120. And I think it's probably going to be about 16 for 0 to 100. So you can already tell that acceleration for driving this car, it's definitely not for grinding and racing. What makes the car even worse is that before even going above 0 miles per hour when you drive the car, you have to put the car in reverse just to get the car going. That's the worst part about it. Now, braking is actually very good on this car. And handling's not that bad for low speeds. Let's test it out on a higher speed. Alright. And though it's more likely 30 miles per hour, I get good handling skills. Let's test out the drifting though. Drifting is not too bad on this car. Could be better. But I guess you wouldn't really expect that on a budget JDM car. And now, it's time to explain my thoughts about the 1989 Mazda Miata, or Odawara Moto. As this car earns you 308 experience points per mile, this car is the worst JDM car I've ever driven. And I know I'm being harsh on it, but it's the truth. The acceleration is extremely bad. Like I said before, you have to put the car in reverse just to get the car going. So, for grinding and racing, definitely not. You're more likely to start with the Pontiac G8 as a noob and then go over to Scion FRS on lane 5. And you won't do good at racing at all because clearly you need good handling and acceleration. Acceleration doesn't meet that at all, and handling could be better on this car. For role playing, it's okay, but clearly not the best. This is just more likely for a collector's car. It's not every time that you gotta, step on the gas pedal and put it in reverse before you actually get the car going. There are also times where you could just press the arrow, but it'll take a lot of force, and acceleration is extremely slow. Slow as a snail. But that's going to be it for the video right there. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash the like button, comment your thoughts, and if you haven't already, join my Discord server located in the description. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications, as I like to upload ultimate driving content. But anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.